Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the fight against the STR Extreme Z area. They recently got updated with the addition of the Strength Android 18 unit and the TEQ Android 17 future unit EZA. So essentially this was originally for only the int trunks. But it now also includes the EZAs for the Strength Android 18 and the TEQ Android 17. So pretty cool overall. Obviously you need to farm them from the fight against the STR story event. You can find them on stage 3 and stage 6. So you're going to need to farm 10 copies of them along with 4 copies for their hidden potential. And if you don't want to use Kai's once they're EZA, you need to farm a second copy of them and have that second copy at SA5. You will need to Dokkan Awaken both copies, but you will not need to EZA the second copy. There's a limited characters list, mainly comprising free-to-play units, but you can utilize 2 summonable Trunks units that recently got their EZAs, along with the Super Strike Trunks, the Strength one, that you can get from the Super Strike missions. So you can utilize that unit as well. However, it's a very easy Extreme Z area that you don't really need to focus on. You will need to complete all the stages of the Fight Against Despair event to unlock this event before you can continue. And it comprises of 3 stages. They're the 2 new stages, obviously for Android 17 and for Android 18. And overall they get a pretty nice buff. They were stacking units before, but they gain additional attack and defense now, or a larger amount of attack and defense now when they are paired up with the other one basically. And they also have some additional abilities as well as an increased stacking rate for attack, which is pretty nice. Overall they look really good, so it's going to be interesting to try them out in some content and see how good they really are. Overall, for the most part, I think they're a really nice addition to the game. I think they are really cool, and they're something that we can, really enjoy taking a look at overall. There are some missions that have been added. The missions are mainly just for completing these stages 10 times and give you a little bit of cash back along with a stone, which is always cool, I guess, to get some extra stones. So that means with this update you're looking at a total of 6 stones, which is pretty decent. In terms of the team build, obviously you have to use the limited characters. If you do not wish to use other characters, you can enter with an empty slot. It will fill it up with a Cyberman. But you do have to take Android 18 on the Android 18 stage, and you have to take the Android 17 on the Android 17 stage. Of course, the best lead is going to be one of those Trunkses if you do have them. They are an all-type 60% lead. However, if you do not, your best lead will be the Future Gohan that also drops from the Despair, the Fight Against Despair event. That's going to be your best option in terms of lead, because he's a 30% all types lead. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This cell is a Prime Battle cell. You will need him for the eventual Prime Battle Trunks EZA as well. So I highly suggest that you pick him up. You are going to need him. But yeah, that is pretty much it in terms of team build and what you need to focus on. In terms of Extreme Z areas, it pretty much follows the exact same guideline as most other Extreme Z areas. So you basically just have to go into the stage and you will get a left and right hand path. In the first difficulty, you will get bronze medals from the left hand path and silver from the right hand path. And in the second difficulty, you will get gold from the left hand path and rainbow from the right hand path. Obviously, you're going to need to run it 3 times on each side, so that's 6 in total per stage, and you're going to need to get obviously 6 on the other stage, so that's 12 attempts in total, 6 between the 2 stages. In terms of medals, you need 15 bronze, 42 silver, 30 gold, and 30 rainbow. Pretty straightforward. You can also get an opportunity for a question mark to appear, and that will give you extra medals, so that is pretty much as easy as it gets. Because you don't really have any type disadvantage, barring the Strength Android 18 against the physical Future Gohans, there's nothing really to worry about here. Key can be a little bit of an issue, so you're just going to have to just hope that you get a couple good key link ups, but that's really about it. Honestly speaking, the EZA is very simple. It's very easy. I'm utilizing obviously the fully free-to-play team. I've just slotted in a Trunks at the back end there, but as you can see, we didn't even use Trunks in that stage, and we quite easily made it through. You don't really have to struggle in this. It is a very straightforward Extreme Z area, so you shouldn't really have too many difficulties. If you go here, the most that you could do is switch out the physical Trunks for the strength one. If you have both, that will probably help you. As you can see, we got a question mark, so we'll randomize and we now get the right hand path. As always with all of these things, I highly suggest that you focus on one unit at a time. So finish the first difficulty for the finish the first difficulty for the first unit for Android 17. Finishes, get him to level 130, and then push on and do the first difficulty for Android 18, and then obviously you want to double back and begin again with the second difficulty and push them all to 140. That's going to be the best way to go. I just always find it works the best that way. I don't really think there's any need to not do it or anything like that. I think just awakening them one by one does help you out and is really cool overall. So yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. All these Extreme Z areas are, but yeah, sometimes you do just need help on where to go and what to do and who to use and who to farm. So yeah, but it's pretty straightforward. Your only scary point is maybe if Android 18 supers your physical units multiple times, you might end up being a little bit stuck. But the Prime Battle Cell kind of means that you're going to get healing. If you don't have Prime Battle Cell, then you will struggle a lot more than someone who doesn't, but you should probably still be able to do it. Just be very careful if you are running Cybermen in the team. You need to avoid Android 18 a lot, because none of them will fall under your category bonus or your leader skill bonus eventually from either of them. But yeah, that's it for the first difficulty. Obviously we'll come back once I have finished farming them to level 130, and then we will come back, do the second difficulty so you can see what it's like, and then we will jump back after that. So yeah, but pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy overall, and I'll see you guys soon. And we're back. So there you go. Through the power of editing, I have come through a time portal, and as you can see, both Android 17 and Android 18 are in fact at level 130. This is very good because it changes their leader skill and their passives, mainly their passive, because it's very important, and also it gives them increased stats. So we have a bigger health pool to play with, they're doing more damage overall, and so we should have a lot less difficulty with the second difficulty, although you could probably do the second difficulty, especially if you have Trunks units. Because we start with both Androids here, this one will go by very quickly. The in Trunks helps out a lot with Android 17 because and with Android 18. The in Trunks helps out a lot because he has critting against them, which really helps him kind of maximize his damage by quite a bit, and it's really good that way. So yeah, as you can see, they're doing more than fine in terms of damage. Really like good damage overall. So easy peasy. Build them both into crit. Realistically, it is your best way to go. For the most part, you can give them some additional, of course, but for the most part, I would say you want to build them crit because that's going to help them really maximize their damage overall. So definitely go that route more than likely. But yeah, pretty straightforward, you know, overall. So I think, yeah, if you are struggling, you can look at putting on equipment. It is something that you can do. Obviously it would be helpful, but I would refrain from putting on really good equipment. Maybe focus on things like life equipment, or things like attack equipment, or like don't waste your really good crit in that equipment to try and just beat this event. Rather just go for life, give yourself a little bit more health, give yourself a little bit more you know, to run off of, and then you should be more than fine to go. I think when you can, like when you try too hard or you use those equipments, you know, it is a bit of a mission to try and replace them, especially if they're not EX gear. Then again, if you have some of the EX gear, you can definitely utilize that and it will help you. But yeah, it's just going to depend. As you can see, Trunks does a great job. Both androids can be attack lowered, defense lowered, can be stunned, etc. There's not a lot of stuns or sealing on the team, but there is a decent amount of attack and defense lowering between Trunks and between the cell here. So for me, yeah, definitely is an option to utilize, and you can definitely focus on attack lowering, but again, you shouldn't really have an issue. Like, I didn't really incur any issues, and the stage itself was not truly that difficult. As long as you have all the units, you'll be fine. If you maybe don't have first form cell, you are losing a lot of health there, because he is a big stat carrier for the team, so you might then struggle quite a bit. And I wouldn't go into the stage with more than one Cyberman. I definitely think that could be a bit of an issue. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So now you just need to farm 30 gold and 30 rainbow medals, and then obviously you can finish the missions if you wish to, and then you're pretty much done. You can easy A both of the units. Please remember that you do need to have that second copy of the units. You'll see I have them prepared. One unit at SA5, also with the medals to awaken them, and then the other unit also at SA5, well, SA6, but with the medals to awaken him as well. So make sure you have those, because when they're easier, you're going to want to feed them in there. But bye!